Twilight 2000, role-playing in the World War III that never was. Yet. Welcome, Misfits, to another Fuzzy Anthony edition of Under the Lid. Today we're taking a look back at Twilight 2000. Wait, look back? No, this is a new edition of Twilight 2000 put out by Free League, actually one of my current favorite RPG designers. They put out a new version of Twilight 2000, and for those that don't know, it's an older system that basically revolves around World War III that never was. For those that don't remember the 80s, actually I think they did a newer movie. There was a movie called Red Dawn. Red Dawn, thank you, yes. Wolverines! Where basically, you know, Russia invades and, you know, there's basically high schoolers become guerrilla fighters and all of the US is guerrilla fighting because the Russians managed to overpower us and all this other jazz. There's been a lot of similar tales, but aside from all that, this is their new starter edition for Twilight 2000. Looks actually super cool and everything they do is really good. They get a nice, very dystopian looking war going picture here with a crashed copter and a guy with a sniper rifle and everything. I mean, just, and the tank tracks and everything, just very, very cool. I love how I love this kind of style of art where it's kind of like realistic, but also very kind of fadey and not realistic at the same time. Very, very cool looking. And Free League is very good for holding a theme. Like I said, I've been loving all their stuff lately. They just knock it out of the park whenever they do anything. You got these are kind of old schooly looking war dice almost. Definitely have the old, like, look at these, they're old style military numbers and everything where they had the lines in them and everything. And then we got our pack of cards over here. Looks like encounters. I encounter a tank, but if I'm in a tractor, guess what's gonna happen to that tank?
I think the tank's gonna win.
No, the tractor's gonna win, surprisingly.
That's Hollywood magic.
No, you haven't paid. No, you didn't pay attention. That's Ukraine. Yeah, you didn't see that.
Look up the video.
Oh yeah, you should. No, yeah. So anyway, we got Forest Fire, Pack of Wolves, Booby Trap, Vehicle, Ground Zero, Hungry and Angry, My Kill, My Meat. And then you have your initiative cards. This is kind of like Alien, where everybody gets initiative, static initiative, and they set it in front of you based on what's going on and around. Very cool. I love the kind of military-esque. I want to say what they thought would be the design for the 2000s, I guess. Kind of what we imagined the 2000s would be instead of what we got. So we have a secret NATO books over here. This is kind of cool. City of Stars. So it's got like a whole thing, exactly what kind of forces and what's going on. And it looks like a secret dossier. That's really kind of cool. I guess you're fighting obviously in different countries and things like that. I guess nobody has nukes in this 2000-ish war.
Let's hope not.
Let's hope not, right? So you have a different couple of things that basically go into like as in secret dossiers, get you kind of in the mood because you're not only fighting in America, actually, you're fighting all over. And then you have your war maps. And these are battlefields, of course, and you have to do various different operations. If I can, oh, okay, I guess that's, oh, these are really thick. I almost want to say this looks like it should open up, but I think it's just a really thick map. So these are like your, yeah, very high quality. These are super glossy, very thick. I ain't gonna get messed up by anything soon, that's for sure. And so these are different facilities that you got to break into and different mission areas and things like that. So they imagine, you know, we'd still have kind of a War II era-esque, you know, war going on, infantry war. It's pretty cool. You got your little townhouses and things that are all beat up. And then you have your big map, which they are really good at doing big. Oh my God, this is awesome. So just your different war zones, cities, areas. This one's in Stockholm. I think is the same, two different sides. I was almost smooth. I almost turned that around smoothly, but I didn't quite get it. So that was Stockholm on one side, because I don't even know where this is. Warsaw? This looks like Warsaw.
That's good. That would be Poland, Anthony.
Yes, that would be Poland. Thank you, yes.
I don't know much about geography, but I do know where Warsaw is.
Well, it wasn't spelled Warsaw, but it's probably the way they spell it. Anyway, so character sheets. These look cool. Very much like, you know, kind of old school military files. You have your thicker battlefields, and I'm not sure, maybe zoom in kind of, oh yeah, there's grids on here. So I think maybe this kind of, you have a old school, you know, war map design where basically you have so many spaces you can move and ranges and things like that. So you actually have kind of a war game feel to it. That's actually really cool. And then you have, your guys that you probably put in those maps. You got infantry and tanks and things like that. Smoke, different icons to represent mines and things like that. Very, very cool. And then you have referee's manual, which is obviously the game master's manual. I like how they rename everything, but it gives a breakdown on like everything that happened during the war, like leading up to where it is now, and gives you what the situation is in different areas: Poland, France, United States, everything else. This looks kind of depressing. Like this is becoming reality. I don't want to look anymore. But maybe if I play it, it won't feel as real. So this is the player's manual. Nice thick stuff. Oh, I like the art in this. Very 80s. It gives that value that what's the word I'm looking for? Evocative, like of the 80s, kind of. Isn't that the word we would use, right?
Yeah.
Right. Thank you, English Nazi. It's very evocative of the 80s since it was an 80s game. That makes perfect sense. They use kind of this old school 80s comic-y kind of look art like you'd see in the NAM comics or Sergeant Rock or something like that. You know what I mean? Very cool. And your weapons and stuff like that. So yeah, if you guys like fighting an imaginative war in the year 2000, this is the game probably for you. Thanks for joining me for another Under the Lid, guys, with Twilight 2000 by Free League Publishing. It's great that we actually play a game like this today and I actually have to live, the horrors of war and all. By the way, go Ukraine. We're totally, obviously, with Ukraine on this. And guys, listen, we need all the outlets we can. Pick this up if you want to have a good time. Otherwise, don't forget to like, subscribe, of course. We're over 100 people now. 100 subscribers now, right?
100 subscribers.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're getting there, guys. So keep watching, have a good time, and don't forget to game on.